Hello, welcome to In the Grove. I'm Diane Malinowski and I'm your host. And today's first guest is Sarah Simmons. And Sarah is here to tell us about cycling without age. What's that?
Hi, thanks for having me. Cycling Without Age is an amazing program designed to get elderly and less able members of our community back on a bicycle. We do this by using what is called a trishaw. It's a bike that can accommodate up to 2 passengers in the front, and we have a cyclist in the back who rides the actual bike. So it gets people who, for whatever reason, cannot ride a bike back out there.
That's really interesting. Where did this come from?
Well, the program, Cycling Without Age in general, started in 2012 in Copenhagen, Denmark. There are now 2,700 chapters worldwide in 52 countries.
Wow. And when did it come to Elk Grove Village?
We started our chapter in 2019. We're proud to say that we're the second chapter in Illinois. We thought for a while we were the first, but there was one other chapter established before ours, so we were the second chapter. And there are 4 in Illinois serving all different parts of the northwest suburbs.
So are there only 4 trishaws in the whole state?
That I'm not sure about. Every chapter can have as many trishaws as they can afford. Our chapter only has 1.
That's good.
So I'm not sure how many there are total.
Oh, and how does the trishaw work?
Well, so the trishaw itself is an electric assist bicycle. Again, it has a passenger compartment in the front. It can hold up to 2 passengers with a combined weight of about 350 pounds. And there's a cyclist in the back. The cyclist steers the front passenger compartment and has complete control over the trishaw. Because it is an electric assist bicycle, that helps our pilots. 350 pounds can be a little bit to pedal around, so it does help our pilots. And one of the best things about the fact that it's an electric assist bicycle is that our volunteer pilots don't have to necessarily be cyclists. Anybody who's interested in helping us out is welcome to come and help be a pilot. And because you have to be in reasonably decent shape, but it doesn't require a top-notch athlete to be one of our volunteers.
And in the trishaw, you said it can hold 2 passengers, but it doesn't necessarily. You could just have 1 passenger in the front seat?
Absolutely. Well, we can carry 1, we can carry 2. There are seat belts for every passenger. One of the great things is in the wintertime, there's a blanket that snaps over the front of the trishaw so that the passengers are pretty well covered up to about here. That way, as long as weather permits and we have hardy enough pilots to get out there and the passengers are interested, we can be out there year-round as long as there's no snow or ice.
Do the pilots and the passengers wear helmets?
No, we do not require helmets, certainly of the passengers. A lot of our pilots do choose to wear helmets, and especially when we're around or when we're on the path in Bussy Woods, we do like our pilots to wear helmets.
So how do people sign up to participate or get a ride?
Well, I have an email address that anybody can contact me at. That's always a great first step to learn more about our program. However, on the Friends of Cycling in Elk Grove's website, we do have a page on that, a Cycling Without Age page. There's a link right on that page so that you can sign up right online. We typically have individuals sign up about a week in advance. That gives me enough time to find a volunteer to pilot the trishaw, and so it gives everybody enough notice. Obviously, we have wrinkles thrown in when it comes to weather and things like that. We try to be as flexible as we can, but that's the easiest way to do the actual sign up for a ride, is to go directly to that link and sign up for a time that works for you.
So when a person signs up, what is the route that the participants go on?
So we typically meet at the Village Point Church in their parking lot because it's adjacent to Bussy Woods. So we meet all of our passengers there. We'll have the trishaw there. And then really the route to a large extent is based on the expectations of our passenger and the participants. We don't have a set time necessarily that we're out there. It's kind of what each person wants out of the experience. We will take people on rides for 15 minutes. I've taken rides that have lasted well over an hour. It's kind of, what does the passenger expect and what is the passenger hoping to get? Some of our older passengers might not be able to sit for very long. So if we're out for a short ride like that, we might just cut in part of Bussy Woods and then wind up coming back through the neighborhood.
Okay, so it's not the route isn't limited to Bussy Woods. So it could be the neighborhood near the pickup point, which is the church.
Absolutely.
Or both the forest and the neighborhoods.
Yeah, we try to hit part of Bussy because obviously, that's a great asset.
Beautiful.
Living here in Elk Grove. However, that neighborhood back there is quiet, not a lot of cars, so it's a safe route also.
And can other cyclers in Elk Grove sign up to volunteer for this?
Anybody can sign up to volunteer. As I said before, one of the great things about the Trishaw is that you don't necessarily need to be the greatest cyclist. You actually don't even need to be a cyclist. It's really kind of interesting, after having spent as many years on a regular bicycle as I have, riding the Trishaw is a very different experience. So we don't like to limit ourselves to just avid cyclists as volunteers.
Is there a cost involved in this?
There's absolutely no cost. That is one of the best things about this program. It is actually when you agree to be an official affiliate of Cycling Without Age, you fill out an application that goes through the folks actually in Denmark to agree to be an affiliate, and one of the things that you agree to is that you will not charge for this service. That is not the goal of the program. It is not a moneymaker. It is strictly to get people out cycling and get people engaged with the pilots, and have people who might not be out and about, give them an opportunity to get out and explore their surroundings in a way that they wouldn't. So we don't charge. Obviously, we accept in-kind donations, but there is never an expectation. Our passengers are our main focus. We want them to have a great time. We want them to have an experience they haven't had before. We want them to meet somebody new in our pilot. Our pilots are very generous with their time and their abilities, so there is never an expectation as far as money is concerned, and we will never charge anyone. Any money that is donated goes directly back into our program, whether it pays for our insurance, Trishaw maintenance, anything like that. It all goes back to the program.
Great. So to find out more about it, we can go to the website for Friends of Cycling, or you can be contacted directly on your email.
Absolutely. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram account. So any of those ways you mentioned would work out perfectly.
That's great. Is there anything else that we've missed talking about that you'd like to say about it? Do you know, since you applied for the Trishaw and of course got it and started the program, can you estimate what a cost of a Trishaw is to the makers in Denmark?
I can do better than estimate. Actually, it's not an inexpensive venture.
No.
It had to be shipped directly from Copenhagen, so with shipping, the Trishaw cost around $10,000.
Wow, that's a big investment.
A little bit, but when we were looking to start the program, we believed so wholeheartedly in what we thought and what we continue to think the benefits to our passengers would be, that we wound up not being overly concerned with it. It truly is a wonderful experience for both the passengers and the pilots, and it can be for family members and caregivers and everything. To get people out in their environment in a different way, to have them have the opportunity to talk to people they don't know. It's such a mutually beneficial program that no cost was too much to get it started.
Yeah. So we're not limiting this to elderly per se. So what are some of the types of people that have taken advantage of this program?
Well, that's one of the things actually that I like about the way we've chosen to run our program, is that while the name of it is Cycling Without Age, we really want to be cycling without age or ability. If for any reason you cannot ride a bike, we would love to have you as a passenger, and it does not matter your age. You know, if you have a child who can't ride a bike, it doesn't matter. I mean, we just want to offer the experience. We have had veterans join us. We've had an individual who had an organ transplant join us. You know, so it just is, whatever your reason, we're willing to have you be part of our program. Even if you're absolutely able to ride a bike, I personally would take you for a ride. It doesn't matter.
No, that's really good to know. I didn't want this to just be centered on age or disability, because I suppose if you or I went out today and asked people, do you know how to swim? Can you ride a bike? And we'd be surprised at, you know, some of the things that have been missed in some people's lifetimes. So this is great.
Yeah.
And I hope people see it in that light.
Oh, same. We absolutely love this program, you know, think it's wonderful. So we obviously hope to get more Elk Grove residents to be participants, since this is our home base. However, that's another thing that I like about our program, is that we don't limit it to Elk Grove either. Oh. Anybody from a surrounding community, as long as you're willing to come and meet us at our location, you know, it doesn't matter where you live.
No, that's great. But you're located here, so this is the heart where it's going to start and
absolutely
branch out.
Yeah.
Well, that's really great, Sarah. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming
thank
today, and best luck. And I hope that everyone sees this and everything starts growing from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about it.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back.
24/7 pickup lockers are now available at the Elk Grove Village Public Library. Library patrons now have the option to select our outdoor lockers as a pickup location. It's perfect for when you can't pick up your holds during our business hours, or you just don't have time to come inside. Patrons may place holds by logging into their library account via the library catalog, mobile app, or by calling the library or visiting in person. Held items remain in the lockers, waiting for you for 3 days. Once you receive a notification that your items are ready for pickup, simply scan your library card or digital card on our mobile app, or type in your library card number to the locker system. From there, enter your 4-digit PIN, and then press Login. After you've entered your information, a locker door will open to release your hold. When the doors open, your items will automatically be checked out, so be sure to take all of your items. Press the Print Receipt button on the screen for your checkout receipt if needed. It's just that easy. When you're done with your items, just return them to the library's book drop. To get started using the new outdoor lockers, or if you just need more information, go to egvpl.org or call 847-439-0447.
Welcome to Elk Grove Village, home of the largest industrial park in the U.S. Elk Grove Village is at the crossroads of technology and industry. Located at the convergence of national fiber optic cables, gas and oil pipelines, and unlimited freshwater supply. Elk Grove Technology Park is where great makers come together to make great things, providing a new home for the leaders of today's industrial revolution. Join our community of thinkers, builders, and leaders at makerswanted.org.
Elk Grove has formally adopted an update to the village's bike plan. The plan proposes the addition of approximately 13 miles of new routes to the village's expanding bicycle network. The new proposed routes focus on providing safe and efficient pathways to key destinations in and around Elk Grove. These proposed routes will provide for more seamless access to recreational, commercial, and commuter locations. For more information about the village's updated bike plan and to view the current and proposed routes, visit elkgrove.org/bike.
Welcome back. My next guest is Matt Herald, and Matt is here to tell us about Golf to End Alzheimer's. So what's this about, Matt?
Well, first, thank you so much, Diane, for having me here. This is an honor to talk about this. It's something near and dear to my heart. So a lot of people know Alzheimer's is actually the sixth leading cause of death in America, and it's the only cause of death in the top 10 that doesn't have a cure, doesn't have a way to stop it, doesn't have a way to prevent it. So it's near and dear to my heart, as my mom was passed away from Alzheimer's in November of 2019 at the age of 64. And so this is actually the 7th annual Golf to End Alzheimer's. We've raised in the first 6 years about just over $147,000. And this year we're having the event again. Due to COVID, we had to move around dates before, but this year we're back in the summer. It's Friday, June 24th at White Pines Golf Club in Bensenville.
And how do you sign up for it?
You can go to alzgolfouting.weebly.com to sign up, get information about the event. We also have an email, which is alzgolfouting@gmail.com as well, with any questions or things like that. On that website, it has all the information from past events or from past years, as well as the information to sign up to golf, to sign up to sponsor, to sign up to volunteer. It also has information about raffle prizes we're looking for. So again, alzgolfouting.weebly.com is the place to go there.
So the funds that this outing raises, does it go to a specific group for research?
Yeah, so 100% of the money donate or fundraise goes to the Alzheimer's Association. Technically, the money that we raise at the golf outing goes towards what's called the Northwest Suburban Walk to End Alzheimer's, which is in Elk Grove this year at Bussey Woods. That's Sunday, October 2nd. So all the money that's fundraised goes towards that walk. And then, of course, the goal there is money goes to Alzheimer's Association as a whole. Alzheimer's is one of those charities where a large chunk of the money goes towards research, as opposed to some other charities that are out there where a lot of money isn't necessarily allocated that way. Of course, we want to keep it local, and that's why we're having the event local. We have the walk local. More money that we raise in the Northwest Suburban area will go towards more Northwest Suburban related fundraising efforts, and that's really why we're trying to keep it close to Elk Grove and close to home. Being from Elk Grove, that's why we do it here.
And just like you've lost someone very close, as we all get older and our friends and family get older, it's just, I don't want to use the word amazing, but how prevalent it touches us all. Whether it's, I've been touched with, family members and members of other people's families. I mean, this is really something that needs looking at.
I will say it's something I hope you don't have to deal with, friend, family member, but it's real. Statistically speaking, 6 million Americans currently are living with Alzheimer's. Projections say by 2050 that number is anticipated to go to 13 million Americans. So it's real. It's really difficult to deal with. It's one of those things that it's harder on the family necessarily than the person, because the person doesn't know they have it. But the family issue is dealing with what we defined as a new person. It's not the person you knew, because they don't even know what they're going through. And it's, as I say many times, it's my mom died twice. When she, started to decline, and then at, her official time of passing. But it really is from
you lose
that
them
experience.
twice.
Exactly.
Yes. Now I know that's the experience that my extended family has had. So how do you volunteer?
Same thing. We're always looking for volunteers. Volunteering can be, I would say, it's a stress-free volunteer. We don't make anyone do anything too difficult. It's a lot of fun for the most part. There is beverages that are included, which I always say when you're raising money for a cause, having some fun while you're doing it, because at the end of the day, it's not a fun thing that we're raising money for, but we like to have fun. So volunteers, we have people who sell raffle tickets, volunteer at holes on the golf course. And again, the same thing, if you go to that alzgolfouting.weebly.com to sign up to volunteer, or we have people who we reach out directly via email. I always say we encourage volunteers. You can bring a friend. We always encourage that. And again, at the end of the day, it's a lot of, from all of being the person who's in charge of it, all the volunteers say they have a good time. And we give them lunch. We also give them a couple drink tickets for volunteering,
Nice.
so as a way to say thank you. And like I said, they all have a good time. So
Say the name of the golf course again.
it's White Pines Golf Course in Bensonville, and this is the first year we've had it there. We've had it at other places. So trying a new place, but we're excited to keep it again in the northwest suburbs. But more importantly, people from all over can come and do this. We have plenty of people. We have Elk Grove businesses that are big into this. Just kind of name a few, that have been sponsors or big supporters. Midwest Moving and Storage, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Porty Brown, First Centennial Home Mortgage, PRP Wine. All have been, over the last 6 years of doing this, all been good supporters. So it really hits home in Elk Grove, being from here, but it's awesome to see the businesses that are willing to get involved in Elk Grove, from sponsors to golfers to raffle prizes. It's pretty darn cool.
If you don't golf, can you still participate in the event?
Yes, so we have a dinner. So besides volunteering, as I mentioned, we have a dinner-only option. So that is after golf. We have dinner and raffles that take place. We tell people about 6 o'clock. Depends on how quickly or slowly golfers golf. And that includes, so there's a fee for that, which includes dinner and includes 2 hours of open bar with that. And then that's when we do the raffle for, on average, we have about 50 to 60 raffle prizes all across all different walks of, we have foursomes, the golf course is donated. We have baskets, we have sports tickets, sports memorabilia, kind of all over the place, hotel stays. So that's all included in that dinner-only option that we have for non-golfers.
Are there other Alzheimer's fundraisers coming up after your golf
Right.
outing?
So mention the walk. Obviously, the walk is what it all kind of culminates to in October. As I mentioned, that's October 2nd in Bussy Woods. But on top of that, we call it our walk team. We're called Team Lost Souls for the cause of, that's what happens when this disease gets inflicted on a person. But 2 events I really wanted to point out. The next day, so June 24th is a Friday, make it a weekend of Alzheimer's. We have what's called Baseball to End Alzheimer's at Boomer Stadium. So the Boomers do a great job with that. There's jerseys that are auctioned off that the Boomers wear that have an Alzheimer's theme to them. And then also September 8th, which is a Thursday, we have what's called a new event called Connecting for a Cause. That's at Chandler's in Schaumburg. Again, another local thing. This is more of kind of on a smaller version of a gala, but the goal there is $50,000 is what we're shooting for that particular event. So plenty of money. Our walk team, we're one of the top ones, not to brag in the state when it comes to fundraising, but it means a lot to us, and we really just, the more support and the more awareness. You talk to anybody, they either know someone or personally, or they know someone from a friend who's got a family member who's dealing with this, and it's just really, really cool to see.
So I see that you're involved in the golf outing, and then you said you have a team that walks. Are you on a higher level in this, like, fundraising, Alzheimer's?
I was, a volunteer. I'm on the walk committee. That's what that is. So this year I'm co-chairing the Northwest Suburban Walk. I chaired the walk last year. Again, if it has purple and Alzheimer's involved in it,
you're there.
I'm there. And actually, I've helped some other people throughout the state want to put a golf outing on and have reached out. And I would say, if you need anything Alzheimer's related, I'm happy to be a part of it, because at the end of the day, all the money that comes together, it's all for one cause. We call it what's called the white flower, and that's an Alzheimer's related thing. The white flower is an end of Alzheimer's, so our goal is to be able, at some point, in my lifetime, I hope to be able to, plant the white flower that says that we found a cure for this, and that's all it is.
Who should we contact if someone has questions?
Right. Happy. I can be the point of contact for anything. Again, that Gmail at alzgolfouting@gmail.com. Whether it's the golf outing, whether it's any of the events I mentioned, anything Alzheimer's related, I want to be a resource. I want to end this. It's personal. It's emotional. And, we say the term is ALZ sucks, because that's really what it's about. That's for our hashtag. That's what Alzheimer's talks about, because it's not fun, and I'm happy to be a part of this and help anybody anyway raise money to make this go away as quickly as possible.
Well, thank you, Matt, for coming and telling us about the golf outing and all the things that all of us can do to help raise the funds to end Alzheimer's. I know it's very personal, and not just you. I'm sure so many people that are listening, if it hasn't touched your life, it will, or it'll touch somebody very close to you. It's very important, and thank you very much for putting yourself out there to help others, and for telling all of us about how we can all help by coming to some of these events and fundraising.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
It's always good to see you.
And thank you for watching In the Grove. We'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to this month's In the Grove, and I'd like to thank our guests today, Sarah Simmons and Matt Herald. They had some really great information to share with all of us. So we'll see you next time on In the Grove.